Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at how to find derivatives of tangent and cotangent. So we're assuming that you know differentiation using the quotient rule and you also know some basic trig identities. So here's what we're going to do. To calculate the derivative of sine over cosine, we're going to write, tangent. We're going to write tangent as sine x over cosine x. And we're going to differentiate that. So we're going to use the quotient rule, so it's going to be the derivative of sine times cosine minus sine times derivative of cosine all over cosine squared x. So what are we getting here? Derivative of sine is cosine, so cosine x times cosine x minus, here we have sine x times derivative of cosine, which is negative sine x, all over cosine squared x. So this is going to give us cosine squared x plus sine squared x over cosine squared x. You should know that cosine squared x plus sine squared x is 1, so it's 1 over cosine squared x. If you remember that 1 over cosine is secant, this is actually going to equal secant squared x, and we are done. Alright? So next we're going to take a look at the derivative of cotangent. You probably have a good idea what we are going to do. We're going to write cotangent as cosine over sine. So we're doing cosine x over sine x derivative. So it's going to be derivative of cosine times sine minus cosine times derivative of sine all over sine squared x. So that's going to give us derivative of cosine is negative sine, so negative sine x times sine x minus cosine x. Derivative of sine x is cosine x all over sine squared x. So the numerator is going to give us negative sine squared x minus cosine squared x divided by sine squared x. So if we factor out the negative, we're going to get sine squared x plus cosine squared x all over sine squared x. So this is negative 1, so it's going to give us negative 1 over sine squared x, which is going to be negative cosecant squared x. And that's this one. I hope this helps.